Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Our mission today is pretty laser-focused, unpacking the latest confirmed referee changes and, maybe more importantly, the team lineups. We're heading into those decisive final rounds of the Rugby Championship, and we're really zeroing in on the Springboks games against Argentina. Every decision counts now. So if you're tracking the end of the tournament, this is your shortcut. We've got the official World Rugby updates, the confirmed team sheets, all the essential nuggets right here. And look, if you love this deep dive format, want all that essential rugby knowledge, make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession. Now's a great time.
Yeah, and it's fascinating, isn't it? Heading into these massive final games, the focus on the officials is just huge. It's not just about the players on the pitch. Control is key. And World Rugby making these specific changes for the two-box Argentina tests, well, it really shows how critical they see getting the officiating spot on in these pressure cooker situations.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Starting with those officiating tweaks. They could genuinely impact the game flow, couldn't they? Springboks face Argentina first this Saturday in Durban. Angus Gardner, the Aussie, he's still refereeing.
That's right. Gardner keeps the whistle, but the change, the interesting one, is the foul play review officer, the FPRO.
The FPRO. That role seems more and more crucial these days.
Absolutely. It's probably the highest pressure job out there right now, especially with, the focus on head contact and dangerous play. So for Kings Park, World Rugby confirmed Gianluca Necchi from Italy. He replaces Damon Murphy from Australia.
Okay, so swapping an Australian FPRO for an Italian one. Why is that significant? It sounds kind of subtle.
Well, it might seem subtle, but think about it. In games where a card can flip the result, who's looking at that footage really matters. It's partly about managing consistency, I think, but also spreading that responsibility globally. World Rugby seems keen on diversity in that review chair.
Right, different perspectives.
Exactly. Necchi brings a European viewpoint, different eyes, maybe a slightly different interpretation sometimes. It helps ensure the calls in a tournament often dominated by Southern Hemisphere teams aren't only reviewed by officials from those same regions. It feels like a move towards global impartiality, under intense scrutiny.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Okay, so looking ahead then, the second test against Argentina, that's next weekend in London. There's another change there, assistant referee.
Yes, absolutely. Eogan Cross from Ireland, he's stepping in for Christoph Ridley of England as an assistant referee. And what's really noteworthy here, this is Cross's first appointment as an AR in the Rugby Championship.
Wow, first appointment. In a potentially decisive game.
Massive pressure, right. Your debut in a final round match like this. It says a lot about the trust World Rugby is putting in him and in their development pathway for international refs.
Connects to the bigger picture, doesn't it? The truly international feel of top-level officiating now. Almost like an Olympic setup. So maybe instead of just listing names, let's look at the full crews. What might their styles mean for the Borks, tactically?
Good idea. So, Durban first, South Africa versus Argentina. Angus Gardner, the ref. We know he likes flow, but he's pretty strict on offsides, breakdown consistency. He's got Pierre Brousset from France and Angus Mobby from New Zealand assisting him, so a diverse trio there. Rhett Cronin, Aussie TMO, and as we said, Necchi, the Italian, as FPRO. The Borks will probably need to be quick and clean at the breakdown.
Okay. Then on to London. Argentina versus South Africa. The referee there is Andrea Piardi from Italy. What does that suggest?
Piardi often favors a fast, open game. He's meticulous, sure, but he likes quick restarts, keeping the ball in play. Now, for the Springboks, who often build pressure through set-piece dominance and maybe slowing things down a bit to reset that huge pack, Piardi's style might push them.
Push them out of their comfort zone a bit.
Could do. He's assisted by Nika Amashukali from Georgia and the debutante, Eogan Cross. And look, the TMO, Ian Tempest from England, and the FPRO, Matteo Lipperini, also Italian, both European, might mean perhaps tighter scrutiny on contact areas than we sometimes see down south.
Interesting. Just quickly, the other big one, the Bledisloe Cup. Australia versus New Zealand.
Yeah, Matthew Carley from England is refereeing that one. Known for clear communication. The only real change there was Carl Dixon replacing Pierre Brousset as an AR. But crucially, Morne Ferreira from South Africa is assisting, and Marius Jonker, also South African, is the FPRO. Having Jonker with all his experience, well, that guarantees quality scrutiny for that massive trans-Tasman fight.
Right, we've covered the officials, the key personnel shifts there. The structures are set. We are about to look at the massive team sheets confirmed for this round, which is always exciting. But first, just a quick reminder, if you want all this detail, the analysis without the noise, make sure you don't miss future deep dives. Subscribe to Rugby Obsession now. It really helps us out. Okay, Here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Officials confirmed. Let's shift to the squads. Starting XVs. Let's begin with the Springboks, facing Argentina in Durban. And there's one selection here that, wow, it really changes the tactical picture.
Oh, absolutely. That's the big one from the team sheet, isn't it? It's a powerful starting XV overall, but the real talking point, the risk maybe, is the 9-10 combination. Sacha Feinberg-Munga Mazulu gets the nod at fly half, number 10, paired with Kobus Reinach at scrum half, who's known for his speed.
Yeah, and that's huge, especially with Mini Libak, who's more established, starting on the bench. So Sacha Feinberg-Munga Mazulu at 10. What does that signal? What's the likely game plan here for such a crucial match?
It signals intent, I think. Intent for acceleration. Mungo Mazulu offers something different. Libak's great with tactical kicking, distribution. But Mungo Mazulu, he's a strong running threat. Powerful left boot, too. Put him at 10, with Cheslin Colby on the wing at 14, Damien Willemse at 15. Both incredibly explosive runners.
They're backing attack.
Clearly backing a dynamic attacking backline, trying to unlock Argentina early, perhaps. Look, it's a high-risk selection, maybe, but designed for high reward. It's a must-win game.
And the forwards providing the platform. It looks like classic Springbok power, designed to get that front football.
Oh, yeah. Captain Saya Khaleesi at 6, Peter Sef du Toit alongside him, Malcolm Marks at hooker, Eben Etzebeth locking the scrum at 4, Jasper Wise at number 8, bringing that real grunt.
Solid core.
Seriously experienced core, built to dominate the set piece. And the bench reinforces that. Jan-Hendrik Wessels covering hooker, R.G. Snyman, the explosive lock, at 19. He's there to maintain intensity late in the game. And, of course, having Libak at 22, while that gives them huge strategic flexibility, they can switch to a more controlled kicking game if needed, depending on how Mungo Mazulu goes or what the conditions demand.
Right. And a crucial note here for everyone listening, according to our sources, the Argentina team sheet is still listed as TBC, to be confirmed.
The Pumas keeping their cards close to their chest adds to the tension, doesn't it?
Definitely. Okay, quick hop across the Tasman Sea. All Blacks and Wallabies lineups. New Zealand first.
Yeah, interesting selection there, too. Cam Roigard at scrum half alongside Bowden Barrett at fly half. That's another 9-10 combo that screams speed and transition.
Will Jordan at 15, obviously a massive counterattacking threat. Artie Savea captains from number 7. Solid leadership. And the bench, Semisoni Takiaho at 16, Damian McKenzie at 23. McKenzie, he's the ultimate game changer off the bench, isn't he?
He really is. Can just ignite things in that last 20 minutes. For Australia, the Wallabies seem to be mixing youth and experience. Max Jorgensen gets the start at 15. And James O'Connor is back at fly half, number 10, with Tate McDermott at 9. That suggests maybe a focus on reliable game management from O'Connor. Let the young guys play around him.
Could be. Captain Harry Wilson anchors the pack at number 8. He'll need to be massive against the All Blacks' loose forwards.
Yeah.
And Taniela Tupou at tight head prop number 3. That screams scrum power. His dominance there is foundational for them.
Absolutely. Which brings us back to that Springbok selection. It raises a great question for you listening. Looking specifically at that Springbok lineup, putting Sacha Feinberg-Munga Mazulu in at 10 over Libak, what selection stood out most to you? Do you think that attacking choice is worth the risk? Or maybe too risky for a final round game? Let us know your thoughts. Who do you think will be the real game changer this weekend?
So we covered the key personnel shifts, the officials, the full lineups, tried to unpack some of the strategy behind it all, the fact the Boks are going with maybe a higher risk playmaker in Munga Mazulu, and you match that with World Rugby spreading the load with officials like Neki from Italy as FPRO, Cross from Ireland getting his debut AR gig. It just shows everyone is stepping up their game for the business end of this competition.
Absolutely. The teams are locked in, officials confirmed, the tactical battle lines are pretty clearly drawn now for these massive Rugby Championship clashes. Yeah, and maybe the biggest takeaway is that intentional shift towards dynamism, towards pace. You see it in player selections across the board, and even maybe in the rest being chosen, like PRD, who tends to reward quick ball. The winners will be the teams that manage that pace but keep their precision under all that pressure.
Nail-biting stuff ahead. If you want all the detail, all the analysis without the noise, remember to subscribe to Rugby Obsession. Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we'll look forward to you listening to our next episode.